Welcome to episode 2 of LimeWireless. So we have the one, the only NSJ Mally, fresh off the back of his magnum opus.
Yes, so far the magnum opus. Yes.
The Arcane EP. So yeah, as always, we're going to be going to 3 different locations, having a bit of a ride along the way, listening to the EP and then getting some additional context. So let's get into it. Let's have a ride, bro.
Same music.
Look, still trying to look for a sign. Patient bro, 'cause the game's too mine. Crazy how I get paid from rhymes. 2.5 into 9.9. Cashing out, do it quick like vines. Bro done the shift, got a drink like wine. Fine, shit won't change, I tried. Life's too short, don't waste my time. Like, chasing pavements, runners outside, he's collecting payments. Told him better stack that pay, he better not splash on trainers. Truth is, I don't wanna be famous. The attention gets strenuous, and I ain't even gone like that. Imagine when I start headlining stages. Phases, man, I've been going through phases.
Mally, so obviously I mentioned in the intro that the Arcane EP has just come out, right?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the whole time I've known you, your life and your career has been leading up to this point.
Yeah, literally.
So I wanted to ask you how things have been now that it's come out.
Yeah, kind of how I always dreamed, to be honest, in terms of like the reception. Yeah, and just like I always wanted it to be appreciated, innit? That was always it for me. It wasn't really a thing I wanted to go #1 or I wanted the mad thing. I just wanted it to be appreciated for the work that I put into it, and it has been. So yeah, I feel like that's just that's just been the main thing for me. So that's what I'm most happy about, to be honest. But yeah.
And in terms of like emotions, because I feel like on the lead up to something that you've worked so hard on, you could have emotions of maybe not anxiety, but you know what I mean? You're kind of anxious about the response and stuff like that. What emotions have you been going through since it's come out?
Yeah, definitely a bit of anxiety. That's how I even put that at the beginning of Strongest Wills. I feel like it was always just something I always felt. So yeah, and definitely that's like definitely one of the things. But yeah, like I don't know, man. I just been happy, you know. I just been happy. I've been more at peace, been relaxed, had time to myself. Haven't had to think about music too much right now. Just obviously because it's out there, I'm pushing it. But like in terms of actually like music, I'm not thinking about it too crazy right now. Just a good place, innit? Just happy, calm.
And I feel like because you're so driven and you have such high goals, and rightly so, by the way, for yourself, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. How healthy do you think that is?
I feel like it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes it can be good because obviously like it makes me do more. I'm always pushing myself to do better. But sometimes I'm a bit hard on myself, and when I do, like I feel like because I always want to do more and I always want to do better. When I do achieve the things that like I was working towards, I don't appreciate them as much. So it's like I'm always trying to beat what I've done already. So I'm never, but like, yeah.
Are you happy with where you are right now?
No, I'm not. I'm grateful for sure, but to say I'm happy, no, because like I said, I always feel like I can do better and do more. So like, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm very grateful to be in the place where I am.
Do you think, so when I met you, you were 17, right? Do you think if I was able to teleport back in time and to meet 17-year-old Mally and to say, this is what 20-year-old Mally is going to be doing, do you think he would be happy?
Yeah, but very surprised too. Very surprised, because I feel like a lot of the things that I've achieved, I've done them quicker than I expected. And so like, yeah, I'll definitely be surprised that like what I have done. But just being here now, I just, you know, it's different, you know. But yeah.
And we spoke about kind of the emotions that you're feeling and what you're going through since the release of the project. This might be a bit of a hard question and not to put you on the spot, but what's a lyric from the project that right now really resonates to your position in life?
I would say time and recovery. Sometimes I feel I will ever be fine. I'll say that one. That's my bar right now. Because yeah. That I feel like that's
Why?
the most. I don't know. I feel like with stuff that I feel like I'm always going through something. Whether there's been times where like I can feel like this is the biggest problem in my life, and when I do get rid of it or do sort it out, something else comes in, and I never feel like I'm ever I'm never resting. I'm always doing something, or there's always something happening. So I feel like it's just a thing where it's like, yeah, I just don't ever feel like there'll be a point in my life where I'm just, oh, I'm happy, I'm fine. Like, there's always something happening. So yeah, I feel like that's one of them.
It's a good insight. Thank you, bro.
Grinding every week till I'm feeling weak. Just know we ain't copping over nears. If the man them decide we wanna chip in peas for teeth. Blocks hot, I used to park it in Thornton Heath. Got a link for the phones, think he's Portuguese. Always trying to preach lows when he talks to me. Money is all I need. To understand you gotta really read. Still piece in the puzzle. New pack just came, so that shit in
Nah, but one of the things I wanted to speak to you about off the back of now having time to like digest the EP was you speak a bit about love and have you ever felt love? The feeling's amazing. And when I've spoken to you in the past, you've spoken a bit about fake love. So I wondered how dangerous it is for you to kind of long for that feeling of love when so much of it out there is fake.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about that on the train today. It's just like, yeah, it's hard to, you know, like there's so much, well, I've encountered so much fake love per se before, so it's like it's kind of hard for me to trust people and just even open up, or like even when I meet people, I'm already thinking in the back of my head, yeah, this ain't lasting for, or it's gonna last for a certain amount of time. Like I just feel like nothing's permanent no more, and I feel like I've been proven like right many times in it. So I feel like that's the kind of mindset I have right now. Obviously I've spoken about a lot different types of relationships I've had, like lost interlude, obviously about both genders in general, and then obviously you got songs like Timing and Recovery. I'm talking about meeting people what I don't really know their true intentions. So the whole love thing for me right now is a bit all over the place, you know, like just even with friendships as well, like people that I'll call brothers, and you know, like all of that type of stuff. So yeah, man. Yeah.
And you said about kind of you think it maybe has come from the past, and that was kind of my understanding of it, because it's something that you've documented quite a lot, is like the, let's say, broken and tough relationship with your dad in the past. And how much do you think that affects relationships that you go into now and moving forward?
I feel like the only I feel like it's kind of good, because the mentality that I have now that my dad wasn't there for me as me when I was younger, I've always said to myself, like, when I have my kid, like I'm gonna make sure that I'm the best father possible, and I'm gonna make sure I'm there for my kids. So I feel like, obviously, even though I didn't have the example of a father figure in my life, I just know what the type of father I want to be for my child, because I didn't have it. So I want to give my kid everything that I wanted. Yeah. So I feel like as much as I didn't have in my life, it kind of made me even more excited to have a kid, and more excited to do that. So yeah, man. Because
it's almost like you know what you longed for, and now you know what you want to be to that little Mally.
100%, literally.
Got you. That's interesting, because I was listening to Recovery, which by the way is one of my favourite tracks on the EP, and it's something that you point out. So you say, so many hours when I stayed up and missed sleep, insomnia is real, and trust me man, this shit's peak. Makes it hella worse because there was no one there with me. So that kind of got me wondering, as you're so used to doing things on your own, what do you think is like a positive of that, but also what is a negative of being like so, what's the right way to put it? So, trying to think, like, you're able to do things on your own, essentially.
Yeah, it's feel like obviously good and bad, because I'm not dependent on anybody. Get things done by myself. I don't really need to wait on no one for nothing, and like I get shit done in it. So like it's always that's always a plus. But on the other side of things, sometimes experiences or stuff that I go through, it would be great to go through with someone else. Like there's some things that I do that are really lit or really exciting and really fun, and it's just like I'm doing everything alone. So it's like I want to have that. I want to be able to share that with someone. Like even sometimes when I go on holidays, I go on holiday by myself most of the time nowadays. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot. Like Amsterdam, I went by myself. I've been to a few countries by myself this year. So it's just like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, like I would love to share that with someone, but I don't have no issue. I'm not forcing it. I don't need to, but it would be great too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
Got you. Makes sense. I swear you've been on holidays on your own.
Yeah.
How many?
This year I went on 2. Yeah, 2 this year still.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I could do that, you know. I think I'd get there.
You see what it is with Amsterdam, because Amsterdam's like my second home, bro. That's like the ends. Like I know how to navigate that place like the back of my hand. So when I got there, went shopping in the central, got some food. Like it was chill, man. I wouldn't go to like, let's say, Greece, for example, because it's like that's different level. But when it's like still local and stuff, I don't mind, man. I'll do it up. But yeah.
There's a good biking culture as well in Amsterdam, right? Any Lime bikes?
Yeah. Nah, but I think they have their own little electric. I know,
Ops.
Lime. Let's do something.
100%. All right, cool. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ride to the next location. I want to listen to a bit more of the EP, take that in, give people a chance to kind of digest that themselves, and then we've got the mystery question round. So prepare yourself. And as I said to EMAC on the episode last week, is that whatever happens on them questions, I didn't write them.
So who wrote it, bro?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Look, standing strong through the hardest of times. Boarding in college, the reason that I started to rhyme. Seeing mummy upset was why I started to grind. Done some crazy shit, I really wish that I can rewind. I got bumped, the mother niggas wasn't sending my side. Should've seen it from the start, but I was moving too blind. Gave hella handouts, he said I'm being too kind. Tried to share, but they weren't, they wanted.
Cool, so just to continue on the train of the EP, two of the songs which stand out to me is Lost and Home. Both from like a musical perspective, but also in terms of like where you are as a person and as an artist. Where do you think you're closer to right now? Being lost or being at home?
I feel like I'm even more lost than ever, to be honest, because obviously we've dropped the projects, like you said, something that I've basically based my whole last 4 years of my life on. So now it's out, it's great and all, but it's what comes after is the most important thing. So yeah, I am a bit lost what type of music I'm gonna make, where I'm gonna take my sound, when am I gonna drop. There's a lot of things that I'm kind of, you know, as much as we do have a plan, it's still down to the type of music I'm making it. So yeah, just a bit of a lost phase right now. I'm not stressing too much, but it's interesting because I'm kind of free with where I want to take my music now. Because now that I feel like I've dropped the EP with that sort of vibe and that mood, as long as it will always be my go-to like, flow, etc. But I kind of want to have fun with it now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what I'm going to end up making, to be honest.
What does having fun look like in terms of being experimental?
Yeah, just being experimental, trying stuff that I like, showing a different side to me in terms of like, I feel like Lost Interlude is a side to me that I want to expand on even more. Because I feel like that song, like I'm singing, but I'm mumbling at the same. I'm talking to an extent, but I want to kind of take it further and try and go full, like all out, you know. So yeah, I just want to explore that sound a bit more. So because some of my favorite artists is from that sort of sound, that Frank Ocean sort of R&B sort of vibe. So it's definitely something I want to get into more.
How much is that to do with the fact, because one thing that you're very consistent on is that you're an artist, not a rapper. How much does that fall in alignment with you wanting to be experimental, to be considered an artist, not a rapper? Yeah.
I just feel like, I just wanna have fun, bro. Like literally, I always wanna make music fun. I never wanna make it a chore. So I would just try anything and just do anything just to show the art, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, yeah.
Do you view making music or releasing music or going to the studio, do you view it as an occupation, a job, or do you view it as like a hobby?
I always say it's my job, my hobby, and everything all in one, because it pays me. The day that I saw a pound of music, I said, this is my job now. So this is, so that's why I feel like I'm so happy, because it's something that I generally like doing. It pays, and like I said, so it's everything all in one. So that's why I love it so much. I can't complain. So yeah.
You said about when you saw a pound from music. I think one of the lines, I forget which song on the EP, but you speak about you get like a few million streams and then all of a sudden everyone wants to hit you up and see how things are going there. Could you tell me a bit more about that situation? Yeah,
Lost Interlude, and I said, what, a few million streams, think I'm earning P's, and they call my phone. Yeah, obviously, I feel like people kind of have a rough idea how much money you get from streams now. So I feel like when, let's say for example, the ETHA, interest, active sort of phase where the numbers were really, really high, it was a point where I feel like a lot of people thought I was clear to an extent. I thought I was very much rich. I can't lie, ETHA and them tunes made a lot of money, I must admit. But like, yeah, so I feel like a lot of people, it was a big change. I feel like people expected more from me. Even the people that I was around, people that I was speaking to, they expected more because they saw more. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, to be honest. You
said like people know like roughly how much streams make and stuff like that. How many people do you reckon went onto the Spotify, saw the number and went on a little calculator and worked out?
It's always a shock. I feel it's always a shock to people when they see numbers like that. Like obviously that to the average person, to see millions and millions, like raw, like it's crazy. So yeah, people always try and estimate how much money I've made off these songs. I have people, fans hit me, oh, like, I think you've made, like, ETHA had this many, so you must have made at least 30K or da-da-da-da-da. People, everyone's guessing, you know what I mean? So like, Yeah, it's funny, it's interesting, it's interesting. Pocket watches.
One of the things as well that is a message in the EP, and it's again been something that you've been very consistent with throughout the whole time I've known you, is you want to be rich, you don't want to be famous, this, that and the other. If I had like a case full of money right now, say like 5 mil, I said, Mally, 5 mil, take it, but you can never release music again, what would you do?
I'm gone. The EP's great enough. That's a great way to end it, to be honest. I'll be happy. As much as it may feel like an unfinished journey, I'll take the 5 mil. I'm gone.
Swear.
I'm out. I'm out, bro.
Swear.
Out.
Okay then, to change the question up a little bit, mad money, like you're rich, you've got crazy bread, but you're known, you're famous.
Okay.
Or comfortable, you've got like little house and that, you can eat and this, that and the other, you're comfortable, but no one knows who you are. What are you taking?
Second option.
Swear!
I don't want to be famous, bro. It's crazy, innit? It's so silly to say, but I genuinely don't want to be. So I will take the second option. If I'm comfortable, and yeah, I'll take the second option. I'll be happy with that.
What about the fame puts you off?
I don't know. I've always been a very private person, very closed-off person, and I feel like the invasion of privacy, and even the people around me, like they may not be a rapper or singer or anything, but if they're associated with me, they might get posted, or their things get, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just an invasion of everyone around me's privacy. As much as mine, I want to respect everyone else's. Like even down to my mom and my sisters, my cousins. I don't want like it. When you do get there, it's everything then just you. It's like, you know what I mean? So I don't want that for nobody around as much as myself. And like even with the little fame that I've had, I don't like it. Like getting approached on the street is great and all, but sometimes I've had encounters where, like even like 2 weeks ago, I nearly had a fight because it was a situation where the guys were staring at me a bit too mad. I didn't know what it was. Do you want a picture? Is it a problem? So we kind of had, it was miscommunication. I mean, I'm basically like nearly got into it. So it's like sometimes like the weird situations that people run up behind me. I'm in Central, run up behind me, shouting in my ear, Mally. I'm turning around like, what? Like I don't know what it is. It's a bit crazy sometimes. So as much as like there's encounters that I have where like I'll see a fan, he doesn't, like, you can't believe it. I love those ones because that's so genuine. I love those encounters, but I don't know how to differentiate sometimes. And like, I feel like I always have to keep my guard up because if I let my guard down, I think everyone's just here for Mally, there will be a day where someone's trying to test me and it goes wrong. So it's like, it's a bit weird.
That's one thing I remember about the interview that we did like just over a year ago. You were like, I was like, what's a piece of advice you would give to people? And you were like, don't lack.
Yeah, don't. Still to this day, it's the same thing. Like, and even more to things. Since that interview, there's been so many more instances and things where it proves my point even more. Just don't. But yeah.
Love to see it. Right, well, we've got a mystery round. So in your basket, some questions have magically appeared that I definitely didn't write. So open one up and see what you're saying, bro.
Let's take this one for the culture and the vibes.
What does it say? It's not the same one.
As you can see, guys.
Another one, please.
But to answer that question, already, you know, your top 5 albums of all time. All right, cool. I'll start with first, Frank Ocean, Blonde. Flower Boy, Tyler the Creator.
Mad.
Damn, Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
Life of Pablo.
Woo.
What's up there? What else is up there for me? The last one's a bit techie. Albums.
Just while you're thinking of that, one thing that I was going to say is like you saying you want to be more experimental and be more of an artist and stuff like that. That bit of context makes the albums make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think if you would have said those albums without that bit before, I would have been like, "What are you on about?"
Yeah, but that's my daily. That's my daily. But for the fifth one, I'll try and get a UK one in. All time, you know, that's a big word.
I know someone that just dropped a decent little concise EP.
Oh. NSJ Mally Arcane. There you go. Yeah.
Go listen to it.
There's your top 5 right there. Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
In no order, but I feel like I will put my man's excited, isn't he? I feel like I will put Blonde as my number 1. Yeah. For sure. Like that album, bro, it's something special, man. I can't lie. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any of those
Frank
4
Ocean.
artists.
That's it.
That's it.
Frank Ocean. Obviously, I want to collaborate with all of them, but Frank Ocean be. If I had to choose
number
right
1.
now, Frank Ocean.
Got you.
Frank Ocean.
Amazing. Well, personally, I've actually loved that conversation. It's good context for me and stuff that I feel like I know you quite well, but there's a lot of stuff that you just told me that I didn't know. So I'm sure other people will experience it and appreciate it as well. So Yeah, last location. We might have a little wrap up, a little debrief, but thank you, brother.
Of course, man. Always.
LimeWireless episode 2.
It's lit. Shout out Lime, you know, for the lovely electric bikes, helping the community and etc. Hopefully we can sponsor this lovely man here, so he can continue doing these lovely episodes.
Yeah,
you know?
Facts. And actually, you remember I used to do on the podcast, nominate someone.
To come on?
Who do you nominate?
Who do I nominate? Great. You know what? I'll nominate my boy Nino, SLG, because he even his EP Mirror Story. I've been running that, like,
so good.
Tell Me Why You Need Me, Monster tune. So I feel like it would be sick to ask him about that and talk about that and break that down. Even I'll be interested to see that. So yeah, Nino, SLG for sure. Get him in there. But yeah, Nino. Yeah,
let's make it happen.
Yeah, man.
Nice one.